Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, covering some Lou Tompkins All-Star League Youth Baseball action. Today's game is between the visiting team Woburn and the home team Brookline. Brookline coming into this game standing in second place in the A Division standings with a 7-2 record, following an impressive 6-game winning streak that was continued on Tuesday with probably the strangest finish just about anyone's ever seen. Ultimately an 8-7 win over Waltham in about 4.5 innings, I should say, as the game was called in the bottom of the 5th due to darkness as they couldn't get the field lights on. And it was called right after a 3-run inside the park home run by Waltham that was heavily aided by the darkness, but as coaches were saying to me earlier today, first game they've ever seen that ended on a home run by the losing team. Not the kind of thing you're typically going to see in a baseball game. So Brookline in second place in the A Division standings with a 7-2 record. Just straight up record-wise, they're in a 3-way tie with Waltham and the Reading's red team. All three of them 7-2. All of them one game behind Acton with an 8-1 record. Brookline, of course, holding the tiebreaker over Waltham, having supplied Waltham with both of their losses. Meanwhile, their opponent today is Woburn, coming in with a 2-7 record, third from the bottom of the standings, just ahead of Reading's black team, which has a 1-7-1 record, and a winless Everett team that stands at 0-9. So warm-ups are going to wrap up soon, so we'll take a quick look first at the Brookline lineup. Leading off today, number 12, the extra hitter, Daniel Villa, batting second. Playing pitcher today, away from his usual third base position, number 8, Rocco Shorgy, celebrating a special day. Today is his birthday, and so he'll be taking the mound for his birthday. Happy birthday, Rocco Shorgy. Batting third, number 16 in right field, Aiden Chin. Batting cleanup, number 20, third baseman Jasper Reed, followed by Caleb McGrath at shortstop, Andrew Silverman in center field, Ramsey Annis at catcher, Jack Martell at second base, Eli Rothman at first base, and Ian Glick in left field. In the meantime, Woburn steps up with their leadoff hitter. That is number 7, Zach Willis, a lefty who fouled the first pitch over the backstop, and the second pitch was in the dirt for ball 1. So a 1-1 count now to the shortstop, Zach Willis. Pitch from Shorgy is connected on and skied out to just left of center field, and Silverman tracks it down easily. So first out of the inning. And now coming up to the plate is Colin Seville, number 10, the second baseman. Shorgy winds and delivers. Low and outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Low and away again, ball 2. Pitch comes in, swung on and missed, strike 1. So 2-1 count now. Two 2-1 pitch. Fouled behind the backstop. And that'll be strike 2. 2-2 pitch. Connected on, grounded just past the pitcher's glove, fielded at second, thrown over to first, and he's out. Rocco Shorgy made the attempt to field the grounder, but it skipped past his glove, but recovered nicely by Jack Martell at second for the 4-3 groundout. Now stepping up is number 3, the catcher, Kotaro Shimada. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Pitch. Curves in there for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and he gets him on swings. So an easy 1-2-3 first inning for Rocco Shorgy and the Brookline defense. And they'll be getting ready for the bottom of the first. Due up for Brookline in the bottom of the first will be Daniel Villa, followed by the pitcher, Rocco Shorgy. And then Aiden Chin coming out of right field. And Chin, of course, will be plenty happy to see a little more daylight than he saw at the end of Tuesday's game, when he completely lost sight of the fly ball that would turn into the 3-run inside the park homer that would ultimately end the game. Again, such a weird finish that was on Tuesday, as the game was called due to darkness, but called right after a 3-run inside the Parker by Waltham's Mikey DiStefano. And of course, Waltham ultimately lost the game. So a weird situation where the losing team finished it with a home run. Not something you often see. So facing the Brookline hitters on the hill today will be the pitcher, number 8, Nick Coviello.
What are you thinking of? It's gonna be that country song. I'll sing Count me in!
Now, amongst the first 3 due up for Brookline, Daniel Villa did not play in Tuesday's game. Shorgy played at his usual third base position. He went 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. And Aiden Chin, also playing the same position, finished with the same line of 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. So balls are starting to be thrown in from the field. Last warm-up pitch is thrown. Catcher tosses down to second. And we are ready for the bottom of the first. As Daniel Villa steps into the box. Coviello sets. First pitch. Swung on and connected, and it's skied out to center field. Center field chases it and catches it. So some early excitement in the bottom of the first, but ultimately ends in a fly out to center. Now stepping up, the pitcher and the birthday boy, Rocco Shorgy. First pitch from Coviello, swung on and fouled down the right side for strike 1. Coviello shakes off one, nods at another, Now winds and fires. Catches the inside corner for strike 2.
Let's go, Rocco! Oh!
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and connected. This one's flying out to left field. The left fielder chasing it, and he catches this one. So 2 flyouts. Brookline getting some strong contact early on, but all right in the vicinity of the Woburn outfielders. So with 2 outs, up comes Aiden Chin. Pitch. Connected, and this one's going out to center. Will the center fielder chase it down? He will. So 3 flyouts, and it takes just 5 pitches to end the bottom of the first. So the score, Brookline 0, Woburn 0 at the end of 1. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field. I'll be taking a quick mute break between innings, but I will be back shortly. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, here covering now the top of the second inning of this youth baseball game between Brookline and Woburn. No score as Woburn's cleanup hitter, John Surratt, comes to the plate. First pitch is inside for a ball. So John Surratt, number 9, playing third base today, and another lefty hitter faces a 1-0 count. Pitch from Shorgy is fouled behind the backstop for strike 1. Pitch from Shorgy is connected on and fouled to the left side. So that'll be a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch is high for ball 2. Two-two pitch. Swung on and missed. And that's Shorgy's second strikeout of the day already. So next up will be Shorgy's opponent on the mound, and that is Nick Coviello. Coviello got Shorgy to flat left last half inning, and Shorgy gets Coviello swinging on his first pitch, strike 1. Pitch curves in there for strike 2. Shorgy winds and fires. Connected on. This one's flying out to center field, and Silverman tracks it down easily. The outfielders working early today. And next up will be the extra hitter, number 6, Damon Monks. The pitch, he connects on it, and it goes just over the leaping shortstop and into center field. That'll be a single. So first pitch, and Monks takes it left of center and over the reaching glove of shortstop Caleb McGrath for the game's first hit. Next up will be number 2, the center fielder, Carter Walsh. Pitch, fouled to the backstop, strike 1. Walsh, of course, plenty busy in the bottom of the first, catching 2 flyouts from Daniel Villa and Aiden Chin. Pitch, just inside, ball 1. Shorgy checks Monks at first and throws back. He dives back easily. Two down in the top of the second with a runner on first for Woburn. 1-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike two. Carter Walsh, center fielder, now facing a 1-2 count against Rocco Shorgy. Pitch. Couldn't curve down into the strike zone. That'll be a high ball two. Shorgy checks the runner at first. Winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. And strikeout number 3 for Rocco Shorgy ends the top of the second. Birthday boy off to a good start on the hill here today. He's given up just 1 hit and he struck out 3. We head into the bottom of the second now, and due up for Brookline will be Jasper Reed, Caleb McGrath, and Andrew Silverman. Jasper Reed playing third base this time. On Tuesday, he was the extra hitter and also had a brief stint on the mound before the game was called due to darkness. At the plate on Tuesday, he went 0 for 1 with 2 walks, a run, and an RBI. Reed, one of the more powerful hitters on this Brookline team, as thus far of the 5 games I have covered for Brookline up to this point, he's the only one so far that's hit a home run, as he skied one out to center field beyond the trees out in Natick. And of course, Caleb McGrath due up next, and on Tuesday he was 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, a run, and an RBI, while Silverman was 1 for 2 with a double and a walk and a run and 2 RBIs. So a couple of guys that were able to get some good contact on Tuesday. So the warm-up pitches come to an end, and we are ready to start the bottom of the second. And we'll be starting with Jasper Reed. First pitch from Coviello. Swung on and grounded to foul to the left side. Wind up in the pitch, and that one was probably aiming to curve to the inside corner, but it hangs horribly and ends up coming in behind Jasper Reed for ball 1. Pitch. Reed checks his swing, and first base umpire says he didn't go, so that'll be ball 2. Pitch came in the dirt. Reed started to swing, but managed to pull back in time. Coviello nods. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. High and outside for ball 3. So Reed working the count. Coviello winds and delivers. Low and away for ball 4. So Jasper Reed gives Brookline their first base runner with a walk. And that's one thing Brookline has been consistently good at, is getting on base, even if not by a hit, and they've done so plenty of times by walk over the course of this 6-game winning streak, as Caleb McGrath steps in. Coviello fires inside for ball 1. Coviello shakes off one pitch, nods at another, checks read at first, and he sets. Here's the pitch. Connected on. That's going out to right field. That might stay fair. Is it going to stay fair? No, just curves foul. That one had a chance. It was flying in fair territory for about 95% of its travel, but that last 5%, it just curved to the foul end of the right side, and it falls harmlessly as a strike. So 1-1 now the count. Coviello sets, checks the runner, checks again, delivers, in the dirt for ball 2. Coviello checks the runner, fires, Reed takes off, and I'm not sure what happened, but Jasper Reed is out at second. I couldn't see, my view was kind of blocked by the batter, but the pitch was a ball, that much I know. And Jasper Reed, in some respect, was caught stealing second. So a 3-1 count now with 1 out and nobody on. The pitch, Reed skies this one. Deep to center field. Center fielder's tracking it. It's going back. He can't catch it. It's over his head to the wall. McGrath goes to second. He stands at second with a double. So a double to deep center by Caleb McGrath, just short of that center field wall, but it was past Carter Walsh out in center field, and so he gets a stand-up double. Andrew Silverman now steps in with a runner on second and 1 out. Coviello checks the runner and fires. That one's low for ball 1. Coviello sets, checks, fires, low again, ball 2. See this a lot at this level of play. Get a runner on and the pitcher starts getting nervous. His mind is just a tiny bit elsewhere as he checks on those runners at the base paths, and it can cause him to lose some control of his pitches. Coviello with the 2-0 pitch. It's low again for ball 3. Let's go, Silver. 3-0 the count. 1 out, runner on second. The pitch is high for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk for Andrew Silverman. And now stepping to the plate will be the catcher, Ramsey Annis, with runners on first and second and 1 out. On Tuesday, Ramsey Annis went 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run scored. He had an infield hit to third. Pitch from Coviello is high for ball 1. Of course, I don't think that hit was scored, at least by the scoreboard out in Waltham, as a base hit. And maybe I missed something, but what I saw was just a good infield hit. Some nice base running. Runners take off. This one's a strike, and McGrath slides down to third, and the throw goes out into left field. McGrath is coming home, and he scores. So to recap, the pitch went in for a strike. Both runners took off. The throw down to third. McGrath beat the throw regardless, but the throw was also wide of the third baseman, went into left field, and McGrath came home. The 1-1 pitch is high for ball 2. So Brookline with a 1-0 lead as the umpire calls time. Ramsey Annis facing a 2-1 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the second as Caleb McGrath just gave Brookline a 1-0 lead. Ramsey swings on this pitch and it's going up the middle. Silverman is rounding third. He's headed for home. The center fielder pumps, throws to the plate, and Silverman slides in safely. Ramsey Ennis goes down to second, and he slides in safely. Brookline now leading 2-0 after a nice hit by Ramsey Ennis scores Andrew Silverman from second. And Ennis goes down to second on the throw, and now up is Jack Martell. Nice, what I would call a dirty hit by Ramsey Annis because he got jammed inside, but he still turned that jam into a single up the middle. Martell swings on the first pitch and tips it into the catcher's glove, strike one. Yeah, you could hear the weird sound coming off the metal bat on Ramsey's hit, but he still turned it into an RBI single. Doesn't matter how pretty or ugly a play is. If it scores, you can't argue with the results. The 0-1 pitch, connected on. This one's going up the middle again. Annis is rounding third. Nope, he's holding at third.
Let's go, Jack!
And we now have runners on the corners. So back-to-back singles up the middle, one of them scoring a run. And now stepping to the plate is number 27, the first baseman, Eli Rothman. Coviello sets, checks the runner at first, delivers, runner goes. We got a strike, catcher fakes the throw down to second, and Martell goes to second. So runners now on second and third with 1 out. And Brookline leading 2-0. Pitch. That's high for ball one. Coviello with the 1-1 pitch. Connected on by Rothman. This is taking a weird bounce over to shortstop. It's going to go for a 6-3 ground out, but Annis still comes in to score, and Brookline now leads 3-0. So 2 outs now as the 10th spot hitter and lone lefty in today's starting lineup, Ian Glick, steps to the plate. Pitch from Coviello. It's high for ball one. Jack Martell standing at third after advancing on the 6-3 ground out by Rothman. Coviello nods, lines and fires. Ooh, did he go? I think they're saying he went. It was a high pitch, but Glick couldn't hold up his check swing, and so a 1-1 count. Pitch. And foul to the backstop. Strike two. Coviello really working that high and inside zone against the lefty Glick.
Let's go, Glicky.
1-2, 2 outs, runner on third. Brookline leading 3-0.
Hey, Glicky.
Pitch, swung on, and it's grounded over to second. Fielded by the second baseman, thrown to first, and that ends the inning. So the inning ends, but not before Brookline is able to take a 3-0 lead. First run coming on a steal of third, followed by a score on a throwing error by Caleb McGrath. So nice base running gets the first run. A single up the middle by Ramsey Annis brought in Andrew Silverman from second. And then after Martell advanced Annis to third on a single up the middle, a ground out to short by Eli Rothman brought in Annis to make it 3-0. So the score now stands Brookline 3, Woburn 0. We'll be back with the top of the third after a short between innings break. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. Coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, covering some youth baseball action between Brookline and Woburn. Heading into the top of the third, the score is Brookline 3, Woburn 0. And coming to the plate now for Woburn, left fielder, number 11, Danny Coveno. First pitch from Rocco Shorgy is high for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. Catches the low outside corner for strike 1. Shorgy winds and fires. Fouled behind the backstop for strike 2. Of course, Coveno caught Shorgy's flyout when he took to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. Now the 1-2 pitch. High and inside for ball 2. But of course, after a surprisingly 1-2-3 inning from the top of the order in the bottom of the first, Brookline has since rallied. As the pitch goes, swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice pitch by Shorgy. Got him chasing a low pitch for his 4th strikeout of the day. As now batting is number 13, the right fielder, Zach Roderick. Pitch from Shorgy is connected on, grounded over to third, fielded by Jasper Reed. He pumps, throws, and catches him. So 1 pitch and a 5-3 ground out for Zach Roderick. Fielded well by Jasper Reed, who is taking what is usually Shorgy's position over at third base, while Shorgy takes the mound on his birthday, no less. So now stepping to the plate is Nate Gavostis, number 20, the first baseman. First pitch is in there for strike 1. So an 0-1 count, Shorgy with the pitch. Swung on and grounded over to second. Fielded cleanly by Martell, thrown over to first easily. So a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the third. Shorgy has been dealing early in this game. The results thus far through 3 innings for Woburn: fly out to center, ground out to second, strikeout swinging, fly out to center, single to left center, strikeout swinging. And then in this past inning, strikeout swinging, ground out to third, and ground out to second. So just 1 hit allowed and 4 batters sent down on strikes. And after the 3-run rally of the previous inning, Brookline is back to the top of the order. Due up will be Daniel Villa, Rocco Shorgy, and Aiden Chin. Last inning, Brookline got off to a nice rally. Jasper Reed walked, but later was caught stealing second. After that happened, Caleb McGrath hit a double out to deep center, close to that center field wall. Andrew Silverman walked to put runners on first and second. And then with Ramsey Annis at the plate, McGrath and Silverman both took off for a simultaneous steal. McGrath beat the throw, but the throw was also wide of the third baseman, so McGrath was able to come home on the throwing error and give Brookline their first run. 2 pitches later, Annis sent a single up the middle, and Silverman came around from second to score run number 2, as Annis advanced to second on the throw. Jack Martell advanced Annis to third on another single up the middle, and then after Martell went down to second on defensive indifference, Eli Rothman hit a ground out to short that drove in Annis for Brookline's third run. The inning ended on a ground out to second by Ian Glick. And now we head to the bottom of this inning, bottom of the third, and we start with the leadoff hitter, Daniel Villa. Last time up, he took the first pitch he saw to center field for a flyout. Pitch from Coviello. Catches the low outside corner for strike one. Coviello winds and fires. In the dirt for ball one. Wind up in the pitch. That's low for ball two. Pitch. High for ball three. Villa working the count. 3-1 pitch from Coviello. Swung on and fouled back by Villa. Count is now full. Coviello winds. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside for ball four. And Brookline starts the inning once again with another base runner. Now Rocco Shorgy facing his first pitch, and that's high for ball one. Last time up, Shorgy flied out to left field. Now with a runner on first. Pitch. Slow, skips away from the catcher, and Villa takes off for second, and he gets there easily. So ball two is also a passed ball, and Villa trots down to second. Coviello checks the runner. The 2-0 pitch is high for ball three. Like I said, you get a runner on and it starts making the pitcher kind of nervous, especially if you're able to get him into scoring position. The 3-0 pitch is high and inside, and a 4-pitch walk to Shorgy. Now stepping up is Aiden Shin, and like Villa, he took the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the first out to center field for a flyout. We've got a meeting at the mound with the coach, the catcher, and the pitcher. And I've been informed of a substitution for Brookline towards the bottom of the lineup. And that's Declan Tracy, number 71, taking the place of Ian Glick. Still remains the lone lefty in the lineup. As Brookline has kind of a platoon of lefty batting left fielders with Brage Golding, Ian Glick, and Declan Tracy. So the meeting at the mound ends. We've got Daniel Villa at second base, Rocco Shorgy at first, and Aiden Shin coming up to the plate. Coviello checks the runner at second and fires. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Score is currently Brookline 3, Woburn 0. Coviello checks the runner, checks again, and Aiden Chin calls time. Chin steps back in. Pitch in the dirt, but blocked by the catcher. That'll be ball 1. Some nice coverage there by the Woburn catcher, Kotaro Shimada. 1-1 the count. Pitch swung on, and he skies it. That one's going right of center. It's going to be caught by the center fielder, and Villa is going to take off for third. So another fly out to center for Aiden Chin, but Daniel Villa tags up and takes third base. Runner is now on the corners with 1 out for Jasper Reed. Coviello checks the runners and sets. Winds and delivers. Swung on and fouled into the dirt. His last time up, Reed drew a 5-pitch walk, but was later caught trying to steal second. Coviello checks Shorgy at first. Winds and fires. Shorgy takes off. Pitch, I think, caught the inside corner for a strike, but Shorgy trots down to second easily. So 0-2 the count to Jasper Reed. Runners now on second and third. Coviello checks and fires and catches the corner on a curveball, and Reed strikes out looking. So now stepping up with 2 outs and 2 men in scoring position is Caleb McGrath. His last time up, he hit a double to deep center to help spark Brookline's 3-run rally. Pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
Let's go 1-5.
Let's go 1-5. Hit it hard somewhere. Let's go, kid.
Let's go, Caleb.
Ducks on the pond here. Let's go now.
1-0 pitch. Swung on and connected. This one's going to drop in right center easily. In comes Villa for a run. Shorgy rounds third. He's headed for home, and he comes in for another run. Caleb McGrath holds at first, and he's got a 2-run single to right center. Brookline now leading 5-0. And stepping up to the plate is Andrew Silverman. He walked his last time up and would later come around to score.
Let's go, Silver.
Now with a runner on first and 2 down. Pitch is high for ball 1. That was one of those hits by McGrath that you could tell the moment it left his bat it was going to drop where nobody was. Well hit, although he couldn't stretch it into a double. Coviello checks the runner, fires. It's a hit and run. It's a grounder over to third, and they throw him out at first base. So the inning ends, but not before a 2-out single by Caleb McGrath brings in 2 runs and extends the lead. Brookline 5, Woburn 0. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, and we will be back to the action shortly. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan covering this youth baseball game between Brookline and Woburn. Brookline leading 5-0 as we head into the top of the 4th. Starting with the top of the order for Woburn, and that is Zach Willis. His last time up in the top of the first, Willis flew out to center field. And a slight change in the outfield. I said last inning that Declan Tracy had come in for Ian Glick as the first ball is inside for ball one. And Tracy's actual position is now in right field. As pitch from Shorty comes in, it's connected on and it's skied out to center field again. Silverman backtracks, leaps for it, and cannot catch it. This is going to go for extra bases as Willis runs down to second. Silverman's struggling to collect it, but he manages to throw it in and hold the runner at second. So nice connection by Zach Willis as he comes into second with a double. And now coming up is Colin Seville. So as I was saying about the defensive substitution, Declan Tracy now in right field. Daniel Villa, the original extra hitter, in left. Pitch from Shorgy is connected on, and this one's flown out to right. It drops in front of Tracy. Tracy chucks it back into the infield, and they're going to try. They got the runner in a rundown. They got Seville in a rundown between first and second, and they got him out, and they held Willis at third. They were signaling for a throw home from right field. Tracy hit the cutoff man, Rothman, who then caught the batter, Seville, in a rundown between first and second. So now up is Kotaro Shimada. Pitch is low for a ball. So like I said, Declan Tracy now in right field. Daniel Villa, who was originally the extra hitter, now in left field. Ian Glick has been subbed out, and Aiden Chin has been switched to the extra hitter position as the pitch is high and inside for ball two. So I think after a quick start to the inning, that about covers the defensive substitutions for Brookline. 2-0 pitch from Shorgy. Inside again, ball three. But a heads-up play by the Brookline defense. Instead of runners on the corners and no out, it is runner on third, 1 out. 3-0 pitch is down the middle for strike one. So a 3-1 count to Kotaro Shimada. Shorgy with the pitch. He connects on it. It's a grounder. It's through the left gap, and this is going to bring in a run. Shimada stands easily at first, and Willis comes in to score. So Woburn cuts the Brookline lead to 5-1. And now due up is John Surratt. Pitch. Curves in for a strike. Surratt, his last time up, struck out swinging to lead off the top of the second. He now stands in with 1 out and a runner at first. Pitch, runner takes off. It connects on the pitch. It's grounded over to second, and it gets away from the second baseman and into center field, and Shimada takes off for third. So Surratt reaches on an error by the second baseman, Jack Martell, and Shimada advances to third on the error. So hit and run works out very well for Woburn. They now have runners on the corners with 1 out. And the pitcher, Nick Coviello, steps in. Shorgy checks the runners, fires, low and away, ball one. Shorgy sets, throws back to first. Nothing doing there. The runner steps back safely. Shorgy checks the runners and sets. Delivers, runner takes off, and we've got a pop-up into foul territory, but it's out of play. Woburn was going for the hit-and-run play again as Surratt was taking off from first, but Coviello popped it foul to the right side, and Surratt retreated back to first, but the ball was out of play, so it'll simply be strike one. 1-1 the count. The pitch from Shorgy is in the dirt. Skips away from the catcher. Surratt trots down to second. And Shimada holds at third. So runners now at second and third. The pitch, and it's fouled to the backstop. 2-2 now the count. 1 out. Runners at second and third. Brookline still in the lead, 5-1. Two pitch. Tipped into the catcher's glove, and that's going to be a strikeout. Shorgy with his 5th strikeout of the game to get a critical second out. And now coming up is number 6, Damon Monks. Pitch from Shorgy is high for ball 1. Monks, his last time up, got a single to left center. It was Woburn's only hit before this inning. Of course, now things very different. Pitch from Shorgy. Catches the low end of the strike zone for strike 1. 1-1 now the count. The 1-1 pitch is high near Monks' head. He ducks away, and Annis manages to stop the pitch from going to the backstop. Ball 2. Pitch. Swung on and connected. This one's flying out to left center field. Silverman's chasing after it, and it's going to drop. It drops into left center. 2 runs are going to come in, and this is going to be at least a double. And it's a stand-up double for Damon Monks to left center field. And they cut the lead down to 2 runs as Shimada and Surratt both come in to score. So now up is Carter Walsh, left fielder. Pitch, high and inside, ball 1. So each team with a 2-out, 2-run hit in the past couple of innings. As Shorgy delivers, inside again, ball 2. Situation like that has got to be so frustrating. You know, you're just 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam, but then 1 swing of the bat, and the damage has been done. 2-0 the count. Runner at second. Shorgy goes for the pickoff move, and he dives back safely. Damon Monks standing at second. Carter Walsh at the plate facing a 2-0 count. Shorgy delivers. In there for strike 1. Shorgy nods, checks the runner at second and fires. High and inside again, ball 3. Pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Full count, 2 outs. Tying run is at the plate. Pitch from Shorgy. In there for strike 3. Walsh thought he might have had a walk there, but the ump calls strike 3, and that ends the inning. Halfway through the 4th, the score is now Brookline 5, Woburn 3. Top of the 4th went as such. Zach Willis led off with a double to deep center. Colin Seville hit a single to right that advanced Willis to third, but Seville himself was caught in a heads-up run down between first and second. Heads-up play on defense by Brookline. Kotaro Shimada followed up with a single through the left gap that brought in Willis for Woburn's first run of the game. John Surratt reached on an error at second base, and Shimada, who was already running on a hit and run, was able to dash down to third. A wild pitch allowed Surratt to advance to second, before the batter, Coviello, ultimately struck out swinging. Then with 2 outs, Damon Monks hit a double to left center field that drove in both Shimada and Surrett to make the score 5-3. Carter Walsh ended the inning by striking out looking. So due up for Brookline after their 3rd inning rally. It will start with the catcher, Ramsey Annis. Follow up with the 2nd baseman, Jack Martell. And then next on the docket will be Eli Rothman. Annis, of course, had an RBI single that drove in Andrew Silverman in the bottom of the 2nd, and he would later come around to score. Jack Martell had a single as well, but was ultimately stranded on the bases. Eli Rothman had a RBI groundout that brought in Annis for what was Brookline's 3rd run at the time. They now have 5, of course.
Let's go 5-0.
So Annis stands in as Nick Coviello returns to the mound for Woburn. And we start the bottom of the 4th. First pitch, swung on and grounded foul down the left side. Pitch from Coviello, swung on, and he skies this one. It's going to be a pop out to 2nd base, it looks like, and he catches it. So 1 out in the inning, following a pop out to 2nd. Jack Martell steps to the plate. Pitch from Coviello. Catches the outside corner, strike 1. Winds and delivers. High for ball 1. Pitch. Catches the low end of the strike zone. Count is now 1-2. Coviello sets, winds and delivers. Swung on and connected. This one's skying out to left center field. Outfielders chasing it. They got a chance, and the left fielder catches it. So, some nice placement on the swing by Jack Martell, but just had a little too much air under it as the left fielder was able to chase it down. Now stepping to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th is Eli Rothman. Pitch. Low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. In the dirt for ball 2. Pitch from Coviello. High, and we've got a 3-0 count. Pitch. Just catches the inside corner for strike 1. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and connected. This is a high bouncer over the third baseman's head. So Eli Rothman with a single. So runner on first now as Declan Tracy coming up to the plate for the first time, and we've got another meeting at the mound. Tracy, of course, came in as a substitution in the lineup for Ian Glick, but ended up taking Aiden Chin's position in right field, while Daniel Villa, the original extra hitter, came into left. Aiden Chin switched to the extra hitter position while Glick was subbed out.
Hey, let's go, Declan. Let's go, kid.
So Tracy now up with 2 down and a runner on first. Coviello delivers. Swung on and grounded over to shortstop. This one's fielded by the shortstop. Thrown over to first, and it's an error on the throw. Tracy reaches safely, and Rothman trots down to third. Honestly, I'm not sure that Tracy wouldn't have beaten the throw. Hard to say. The shortstop was taking his sweet time on that throw, but either way, it missed the first baseman. So, a couple of grounder singles, and it looks like we've got a pitching substitution here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. This is going to be number 17, Owen Ackerman. So as Ackerman warms up, we'll take a brief look at the pitching line for the starting pitcher, Nick Coviello. Bottom of the first, he started out well with a 1-2-3 inning, a trio of flyouts. Bottom of the second, things started getting bad. He gave up 2 walks and 3 hits, including a double by McGrath, and ultimately gave up 3 runs, two of them earned, as one of them came in on a throwing error by the catcher on a steal, while the other 2 came in on non-erroneous plays. In the 3rd inning, we had 2 walks, first strikeout, and 1 hit, which was McGrath's 2-out, 2-run hit. So now Daniel Villa stands in against Ackerman, swings and misses on the first pitch. Of course, in the bottom of the 4th, Coviello got 2 quick flyouts, but then 2 infield singles put runners on the corners. Runner is taking off for second and gets the second on defensive indifference, as the second pitch is also a strike. So Eli Rothman at third, Declan Tracy at second. An 0-2 count to Villa. The pitch swung on and connected. It's a slow dribbler over to first, fielded cleanly and trots over to the bag. And that puts an end to the bottom of the 4th. So the relief pitcher, Owen Ackerman, is able to get the final out of the inning and get Woburn out of the jam. Brookline still leads 5-3. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'll be back after a quick break. Stay tuned. And welcome back. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, where we are heading into the top of the 5th of this youth baseball game. Brookline leading Woburn 5-3. And Woburn's first batter, Coveno, hits a grounder right back to the pitcher, Shorgy, and he throws him out at first. So 1 pitch and 1 out as the left fielder Danny Coveno hits a grounder right back to the pitcher, Rocco Shorgy, and he easily throws him out at first. Next up is number 5. Yeah, number 5, that is Colin Quinn. And he's batting as a substitution for Zach Roderick. And the first pitch is fouled off. The second pitch swung on and missed, and we've got a quick 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch is low for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Shorgy nods, winds, and delivers. Just low for a ball. Curved just a bit too much there and couldn't catch the batter. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Quinn showing some patience here as he's come back from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch. High and inside, and that's a walk. So Colin Quinn got in the hole early with an 0-2 count, but then 4 straight balls sent him down to first base. And now we've got our relief pitcher, Owen Ackerman, standing in place of Gavostis. Pitch. In there for strike 1. Ackerman came in as a relief pitcher for Nick Coviello the previous half inning. Got Daniel Villa to ground out to first and get out of a 2-base runner jam. Next pitch is fouled to the backstop, and that's an 0-2 count. Runner on first, 1 out. Shorgy checks the runner, throws back to first, but Quinn dives back safely. Shorgy checks the runner at first and sets. The 0-2 pitch, runner goes, strikeout, throw down to second. It just bounces away from the second baseman. So Ackerman strikes out looking, but Colin Quinn manages to steal second as we head back to the top of the lineup with Zach Willis. Pitch. Curves into the strike zone. Strike 1 against the lefty hitter Willis. Runner at second with 2 outs. Brookline almost had an inning-ending double play there. But instead, they now have to finish things off as the ball is way outside for ball 1. Colin Quinn stands at second after successfully stealing the base. 1-1 pitch. Inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Willis, who got a rally going last inning with a double to deep center. Next pitch is high and outside for ball 3. Three and 1 the count. Pitch from Shorgy. Connected on. This one's going out to center field. And it's going all the way to the wall. Silverman chasing it down in the gap in right center. Quinn comes in to score, and Willis holds it second with his second double of the day. This one for an RBI. So Woburn cuts the Brookline lead to 1 run. 5-4 now the score, and we got a visit out to the mound, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching substitution. Rocco Shorgy had gotten off to a hot start, but the past couple of innings have been tough for him, and now he'll be subbed out for Aiden Chin. Aiden Chin originally started in right field. He was subbed out when Declan Tracy came in for Ian Glick. Tracy took Chin's right field position while Daniel Villa, the original extra hitter, took Glick's original left field position. So Chin has been moved from right field to extra hitter and now to pitcher. As we take a look at Shorgy's results through the innings, in the top of the first, he sent Woburn down in order. Fly out to center, ground out to second, and strikeout swinging. In the top of the second, he got a strikeout swinging, a fly out to center, a single to left center, and then another strikeout swinging. So just one hit and 3 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. Then in the third inning, he sent them down in order again, including his 4th strikeout and once again swinging, before getting a ground out to third and a ground out to second. Top of the 4th is where the trouble started. Zach Willis doubled center field. Colin Seville hit a single and was caught in a rundown by some heads-up defensive play for a clutch out. But then Kotaro Shimada hit a single through the left gap to drive in Willis. John Surrett reached on an error at second. Coviello struck out swinging. And then Damon Monks hit a double to left center to drive in Shimada and Surrett and make it 5-3. Carter Walsh struck out looking to end that inning. And then, of course, this inning, a ground out to the pitcher, a walk, a strikeout looking, and then a double to right center ended things as Aiden Chin fires his first pitch, and that's a strike to Seville. So 0-1 the count. 2 outs, runners at second. Pitch swung on and missed. A nice off-speed pitch by Chin. Gets him for the 0-2 count. Chin checks the runner, fires, fouled to the backstop, and Seville stays alive. Chin hoping to do for Brookline what Owen Ackerman did for Woburn in the bottom of the 4th. Come in with a 2-out jam and finish the inning quickly. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Chin gets the job done. So the top of the 5th ends. Woburn cuts the lead to 5-4, but Aiden Chin comes on in relief and gets a nice 4-pitch strikeout. And we'll be heading into the bottom of the 5th with a 1-run ball game. Due up for Brookline will be the former starting pitcher, Rocco Shorgy, followed by the relief pitcher, Aiden Chin, and then the third baseman, Jasper Reed. His last time up, Shorgy drew a walk and later came around to score. Chin flew out to center field, although he did move Daniel Villa from second to third base. And Jasper Reed struck out looking. Thus far, that is, I believe, the only strikeout for Brookline thus far. Owen Ackerman, who came in to pitch the final third of the 4th inning, returns to the hill, hoping to maintain the small 1-run deficit. So Rocco Shorgy ready to step in. The starting pitcher now at the extra hitter position. Ready to face the relief pitcher, Owen Ackerman. First pitch. Catches the inside corner, strike 1.
go, Rocco. Let's go, 8.
Ackerman with the pitch. Inside, but this time it's a ball.
Let's go, Rocco.
1-1, now the count.
Go Rock.
1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled down the left side.
Go Rocco.
Let's go, 8.
1-2 the count.
Go 8. Let's go kid.
The pitch. Swung on and connected. This one's flying out to left field. Left fielder's moving back, and he's under it for a catch.
Now 1.
Shorgy's second flyout to left this game. And now Aiden Chin comes to the plate. His past 2 at-bats have both ended with flyouts to center field. He now stands in with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Go 8.
Pitch. Inside for ball 1.
Go work, man. Let's go work. Hey, let's go 1-6. Start us off, kid.
Let's go 1-6.
1-0 pitch. Swung on and hit a high hopper over to third. It's over the third baseman's head, and that's going to go for a single. Except Chin's trying to stretch it into a double. The throw it back into the infield. Chin slides in head first, and he's safe. I don't think I've ever seen a ground ball turn into a double, but there it was. A high hopper down the third baseline over the third baseman's head. Left fielder couldn't chase it down in time, and Chin hustling and bustling down to second base with a double.
Go 2-0.
And now Jasper Reed with a runner on second and 1 out.
Go Jim.
Ackerman checks the runner, delivers, low and inside, ball 1. Chin, of course, the relief pitcher who came in the top of the 5th, he'd love to be able to add to his own cause and extend the Brookline lead. Perhaps with a little help from the batter, Jasper Reed. Next pitch is low, and they try and do a throw back to second for a pickoff attempt. Chin dives back safely. Clever move by the Woburn defense. They almost caught him, leading just a little too far off second,
Go Jim.
but just too far of a throw, and Chin is back safely. 2-0 pitch, and it's fouled to the backstop. 2-1 now the count. Ackerman checks the runner, winds and delivers. In the dirt, ball 3. Skipped away from the catcher for a second, but he tracked it down quickly to hold the runner at second. 3-1 now the count.
Go 2-0. Let's go Jim.
Ackerman sets, checks the runner, and steps off the bag to check him again.
Let's go Jim.
Hey, let's go 2-0. Let's go, Jake.
Let's go 2-0.
Ackerman sets again,
Do a job now.
winds and delivers, swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Let's go Jake.
Full count now to Jasper Reed. He struck out his last time up
Let's go Jake. You.
and walked the time before that, but was later caught stealing.
You.
Payoff pitch. In, and it's just low for a ball 4. So Reed with his second walk of the day, and he puts runners at first and second with 1 out for Caleb McGrath, who's been having a monster of a day thus far. 2 for 2 with a double and a 2-run single his last time up. Pitch. Couldn't hold the check swing, and that's strike 1.
Hey, that's all
It
good.
might have been in the zone anyway.
Hey, let's go 1-5. Let's go Caleb.
Pitch. In there for strike 2. Chin standing at second. Reed at first. 1 out. And an 0-2 count to McGrath. Ackerman checks the runner at second. Checks him again. Winds and delivers. Swung on and connected. This is a grounder over to second. They throw to second for the first out, and not enough time to throw for the double play. So a fielder's choice, and Jasper Reed is out at second, but Aiden Chin advances to third. And now Andrew Silverman comes to the plate with 2 down and runners on the corners. Ackerman checks the runners, winds and delivers. Silverman connects on it. It's going to be through the left gap. No, it's grabbed by the shortstop. Does he have enough time? No, he doesn't. That's an infield single, and Chin comes in. So Brookline extends the lead to 6-4, and Ramsey Annis comes to the plate. That small ball working again for Brookline. Silverman hit a slow, medium-height hopper into the left gap. It was grabbed by the shortstop, but not in time. First pitch to Ramsey Annis. They say he didn't go, so that's going to be ball 1, just high. McGrath stands at second. Silverman at first. Brookline 6, Woburn 4. A 1-0 count to Ramsey Annis. Ackerman delivers. He swings and connects. He skies it out to center field. Center fielder is under it, and he catches it. So the bottom of the 5th ends. Brookline able to do a little damage after Rocco Shorgy flew out to left to start. Aiden Chin hit a grounder over the third baseman's head that he was able to stretch into a double. Jasper Reed drew a walk. Caleb McGrath hit into a fielder's choice, where Reed was out at second, but Chin moved to third. And then Andrew Silverman drove in Chin with an infield single into the deep parts of the left gap. So Aiden Chin came in to score, and Brookline extended their lead to 6-4 before Ramsey Annis flew out to center to end the inning. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. We'll take a brief between innings break, but I'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. And we're back. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan live at Warren Field as we go into the top of the 6th of this youth baseball game between Brookline and Woburn. Brookline with a slim 6-4 lead, as leading off the top of the 6th for Woburn will be the catcher Kotaro Shimada. His last time up, he hit an RBI single as part of a big rally for Woburn in the top of the 4th. He now faces the relief pitcher Aiden Chin. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Chin was able to add a little to his own cause, hitting a ground ball double of all things, and then later coming in to score. The 1-0 pitch to Shimada. Low and away, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. High and outside, ball 3. Chin having a little trouble finding the strike zone to start out this inning. Winds and delivers. Outside, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Shimada. Up next is John Surrett. Another lefty. Pitch from Chin. Inside, ball 1. Chin checks Shimada over at first. Winds and fires. Strike 1. So a 1-1 count. Chin checks the runner at first. He sets. Winds and delivers. Tipped into the catcher's glove. That'll be strike 2. Surratt, his last time up, he reached on an error at second base. That kept that third inning rally going. Fourth inning. Oh, the runner's taking off, but the pitch wasn't thrown. He's now caught between the bases, and Chin is chasing him down himself. That was strange. All right. Let me sum up what just happened. Shimada started taking off. I think he either thought he could catch Chin napping or he thought Chin had already started to deliver the pitch. Either way, the Brookline infielders alerted him to what happened as the pitch comes in, and Surratt skies it left side of the foul area, and it's caught. Either by Chin or Jasper Reed, I couldn't tell. The backstop was in the way of my view, but either way, a foul out, and we've now got 2 down. As I was saying, Shimada tried to take off. The infielders alerted their pitcher to what was happening, and Shimada wasn't far enough, and he just got caught hesitating halfway between the 2 bases, and Chin chased him down himself. So now Nick Coviello takes a high pitch for ball 1. Coviello, of course, the original starting pitcher. Pitch in there for strike 1. On the defensive side, Brookline's original starting pitcher, Rocco Shorgy, now stands at second base with Jack Martell moving to first as the next pitch is high for ball 2. So Eli Rothman moved to the extra hitter position. And then out in left field, John Kim replaces Daniel Villa. It's 2-1 the count. Chin delivers, and it's fouled behind the backstop for strike 2. So 2-2 count to Coviello. Pitch outside, ball 3. Coviello stands in. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. He gets him on strikes, and that ends the top of the 6th. So Chin manages to get them effectively in order. He walked Shimada on 4 pitches, but later caught him personally in a rundown, as Shimada tried to be crafty on a steal, but instead was made to look the fool as the Brookline pitcher chased him down. John Surratt hit a foul pop-up along the third base side. It was either caught by the pitcher or by the third baseman, couldn't tell. And then Chin took care of matters himself against Coviello with a strikeout swinging. So Aiden Chin getting most, if not all, of the outs that inning by himself, even though there was only 1 strikeout. Of course, got to give credit to his infielders for alerting him to the attempted steal by Shimada. So we head into the bottom of the 2nd. Bottom of the 6th, rather, I should say. My mistake. We head into the bottom of the 6th. Brookline still leads 6-4. And due up will be the recently moved to first base Jack Martell to lead things off, followed by Eli Rothman, now the extra hitter. And then the next one will be Declan Tracy, who now stands in right field. Last warm-up pitch thrown by Ackerman. He's hoping to keep his team in this game. A close margin now as Woburn has chipped away at what was once a 5-0 lead by Brookline. They were able to narrowly extend it last inning. Now Martell hoping to do some more damage. First pitch from Ackerman is outside, ball 1. His last time up, Martell flew out to left field in the bottom of the 4th. And then before that, he hit a single up the middle in the second. 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Pitch, and he skies this one. It's still in the infield. It's going near the backstop, and it's just past the backstop, and that'll be a harmless foul ball. The Woburn players were chasing it, both the catcher and the third baseman, but it fell off the backside of the backstop, so it'll simply be a strike. 2-1, now the count to Martell. Pitch from Ackerman. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. The 2-2 pitch is high, and the count is now full. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, and Martell goes down swinging. Next up will be Eli Rothman. His last time up, he got an infield single that bounced over the third baseman's head. First pitch from Ackerman. He swings and connects back over to third base again, but doesn't bounce high this time. The throw over to first, and he's out. So 2 quick outs, and Declan Tracy steps in. His last time up, he reached on an error by the shortstop, though his hardy base running was making it a close play to begin with. First pitch is low for ball 1. So you almost might say a forced error by Tracy on his last at-bat to reach first. 1-0 pitch, inside, ball 2. And the next pitch is high and outside for ball 3. 3-0 count to Tracy. Ackerman delivers. Right down Broadway for strike 1. Pitch. Swung on and connected, and that's going to go foul. Foul ball down the right side. Makes it a full count. Two outs. Tracy trying to get something going from the bottom of the order. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. And that'll end the bottom of the 6th inning. Brookline goes down 1-2-3. Pair of strikeouts and a ground out in between. We get ready to go into the final inning of regulation here. Brookline with a slim lead over Woburn, 6-4. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field in Brookline, Mass. And I'll be back after a short break. Stay tuned. And we are back here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts for the top of the 7th inning. Pressure time for relief pitcher Aiden Chin and the Brookline defense as they lead Woburn 6-4. First pitch is in there for a strike to number 6, Damon Monks. Monks has been dangerous so far this game. He had 2 hits against the starting pitcher Rocco Shorgy, as the next pitch is again in there for a strike.
Tara McGrath.
Ah. So an 0-2 pitch here to Monks, one of the more dangerous hitters today. Chin winds and delivers. This one skips to the backstop, 1-2. And I've been told that I'm being listened to by someone as far out as Okinawa, Japan. Shout out to Tara McGrath, the aunt of shortstop Caleb McGrath, as Chin delivers the 1-2 pitch, high 2-2. And hey, if you're gonna tune into a game to listen about McGrath, he's been having a monster game so far. A couple of huge hits for this Brookline offense. As Chin sets for the 2-2 pitch, high for ball 3. So Monk's working from an early 0-2 hole. He's now built it up to a full count. Payoff pitch from Chin. Swung on and missed. And he gets Monks on strikes. So a huge first out here on the top of the 7th inning. And up comes number 2, Carter Walsh. Pitch from Chin is high for ball 1. And I forgot to mention we had some defensive substitutions. Ian Glick came back into the game in left field, while John Kim was moved out to right. Pitch from Chin is high for ball 2. Declan Tracy, who had subbed into right field earlier in the game, has now been taken out as Chin winds and delivers low and away for ball 3. So a quick 3-0 count to Carter Walsh. Chin with the pitch. In there for strike 1. Walsh thought for a second that he had the 4-pitch walk. He was starting to trot down to first, but it just caught the outside corner, according to the official, and it's a 3-1 count. Pitch. In there again for a strike. Walsh was again getting ready to trot down to first, but once again, Chin catches the zone, and he's now got a full count. Wind up the payoff pitch, and it's fouled to the backstop. So almost the reverse of Monk's at bat. Monk's got in an 0-2 hole and then drew 3 balls. Walsh got in a 3-0 advantage and then drew 2 strikes. Chin nods, and he sets. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, and he skies it. This one's staying in the infield. Reed calls for it, and he catches it. A pop out to third base, and Brookline is now 1 out away from extending their win streak to 7 games. Last hope for Woburn. Number 11, Danny Coveno. Chin sets, winds and delivers, and that ball is high for ball 1. One to know the count. 2 down, nobody on. Chin with the pitch. In there for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch from Chin. Catches the corner for strike 2. Brookline 1 strike away. Chin nods and sets. Winds and fires. In the dirt for ball 2. Two and two now the count. Coveno steps back in. Chin sets. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging, and that's your ball game. Brookline with their 7th straight win, and probably one of the closest ones, as Woburn put up an admirable fight, coming in with a 2-7 record against a 7-2 team, and you keep it to a 2-run deficit. You know, got to tip your caps to them. But Brookline comes away with the final score of 6-4. We'll give a quick recap of this game as we wrap up this broadcast here. We'll start all the way back in the 1st inning. Rocco Shorgy, the birthday boy, gets the win on the mound. He started things off by sending Woburn's first 3 batters down in order, fly out to center, ground out to second, strikeout swinging. In the bottom of the first, Woburn's starting pitcher, Nick Coviello, also sent the first 3 batters he faced down in order, fly out to center, fly out to left, fly out to center. In the top of the center, Shorgy got the first 2 batters out, strikeout swinging, fly out to center. Damon Monks got the first hit of the game with a single to left center, and then a strikeout swinging ended the top of the second. In the bottom of the second, Brookline started to do some damage. Jasper Reed led off with a walk, but was later caught stealing second. Caleb McGrath followed up with a double to deep center. Andrew Silverman drew a 4-pitch walk. With Ramsey Annis at the plate, both McGrath and Silverman took off for a steal. McGrath safely stole third, and then came in to score on a throwing error by the catcher, putting Brookline on the board first 1-0. 2 pitches later, Ramsey Annis sent a single up the middle. Silverman came around to score. Annis advanced to second on the throw, and Brookline was up 2-0. Jack Martell hit another single that advanced Annis to third, and Martell later went down to second on defensive indifference, and Eli Rothman brought in Annis on an RBI ground out to short. 3-0 was the score after 2 innings, as a ground out to second ended that inning. In the top of the third, Shorgy continued to deal, strikeout swinging, ground out to third, ground out to second. Then in the bottom of the fourth, Brookline continued to do damage. Daniel Villa drew a walk to lead off. Shorgy made it back-to-back walks. Aiden Shin flew out to center, but moved Villa to third. Jasper Reed struck out looking, while Shorgy advanced to second on defensive indifference. And then Caleb McGrath had a 2-run single to right center, bringing in Villa and Shorgy to make it 5-0. Silverman grounded out to third to end the inning. But then in the top of the fourth, Woburn started to make some noise. Zach Willis led off with a double to deep center. And then Colin Seville hit a single to right. He was caught in a run down between first and second on some heads-up defensive play by Brookline, but Willis still got to third. And then Kotaro Shimada hit a single through the left gap to drive in Willis and put Woburn on the board. John Surrett reached on an error at second base and advanced Shimada to third on a hit and run. Coviello struck out swinging for the second out, but then Damon Monks came up again and hit a double to left center that drove in Shimada and Surrett to make the score 5-3. Carter Walsh came up and struck out looking to end the top of the fourth. In the bottom of the fourth, pop out to second and a fly out to left opened the inning. Eli Rothman hit a single that bounced over the third baseman's head, and then Declan Tracy reached on what could be called a forced error by the shortstop and moved Rothman down to third. Owen Ackerman took over for Coviello on the mound and got Villa to ground out to first to end the bottom of the fourth. In the top of the fifth, Woburn started making noise again after Coveno led off with a ground out to the pitcher. Colin Quinn, pitch hitting for Zach Roderick, drew a walk after getting in an 0-2 hole. He drew 4 straight balls to trot down to first. He stole second while Ackerman struck out looking. Brookline couldn't quite get the inning-ending double play on the steal, which turned out to be trouble as Zach Willis then doubled to right center to drive in Quinn and cut the lead to 1. Aiden Shin took over for Shorgy on the mound and got Seville to strike out swinging to get out of the jam. In the bottom of the fifth, fly out to left started things off, but then Aiden Shin came up with a grounder double that bounced over the third baseman's head and into left field, and he managed to stretch that out with some heads-up base running. Jasper Reed drew a walk. Caleb McGrath grounded out into a fielder's choice. Reed was out at second, but Shin advanced to third. And then Andrew Silverman came up with a nice infield single to the shortstop on another high bouncer. Shin came in to score, and Brookline led 6-4. A fly out to center ended the inning. In the top of the sixth, Shimada got to first base on a 4-pitch walk, but then Aiden Chin caught him trying to be cute and stealing second before Chin threw the pitch. His infielders gave him a nice heads up, and Chin chased him down between the base paths himself. Foul out to the third base side, and a strikeout swinging ended the top of the sixth. In the bottom of the 6th, Brookline went down in order, strikeout swinging, ground out to third, strikeout swinging. But then in the top of the 7th rather, Aiden Chin took care of business and earned himself the save with a strikeout swinging, a pop out to third, and one last strikeout swinging. So Shorgy gets the win on the mound, Aiden Chin gets the save, Coviello winds up with the loss, and Brookline improves to an 8-2 record with their 7th straight win. Well, it's been a pleasure broadcasting for you all here today. I hope to be back once again. For everyone here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.